Hello Pre-K, how are you? Mr. Del Pazzo back with you again in my art basement. Do another drawing this week. I want to thank you all for sending me your elephants last week. Very tricky drawing, not easy for a Pre-K student, but you guys did a really nice job. This week, I'm going to take it easy on you. I'm going to do a little bit easier drawing, a little bit easier. Angry Bird, yes, of course. So we're going to do Mr. Angry Bird here today. So I'm going to erase this for you. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer, and let's get started. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. The weather's starting to get a little bit nicer outside, so we can enjoy that a little bit more. Okay. You are going to need a pencil, of course, an eraser, and a piece of paper. Angry Bird's pretty much round, so it doesn't matter whether you turn your paper up or down vertical or sideways, which is what we call horizontal. So you can turn that paper any way you like. The first thing we're going to do is draw a nice big circle. It's going to be almost as big as your entire piece of paper. Almost. Now, that's the trickiest part of our drawing, because drawing a circle is not easy, okay? I am going to do it in one big line, just because I'm using a dry erase marker. You are going to want to do it probably a little bit shorter lines and very lightly with your pencil. So it's kind of like sketching lines, or a bunch of short little lines that make one big line. And then you can go back, once you color it in or whatever, you can Sharpie it, or use your markers or crayons. You can go back and you can erase all those extra little fuzzy lines. I'm not going to have any sketchy little fuzzy lines. You know, you're going to want to do something like this, where you just lightly sketch it a little bit at a time, and before you know it, you have a circle. That way, if there's a part of it that you don't like, you can erase just that one part and fix it. When you make one big line, it's hard to just fix one little part of it. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm just going to do one big swooping line, because I've had lots of practice at doing circles, and I'm using a dry erase marker. It's kind of look funny if I do it in a bunch of short little lines with a black marker. So, nice big round circle. You want to get it as round as you can, and we're going to make it almost as big as our paper. We just need a little bit of room over on the left side right here for his tail. But you don't need a lot of room here. You don't need any room over here. You don't need any room down there. Okay, so remember, as always, pause it, stop the video, whatever you need to do to catch up to me. Take your time. The next thing I'm going to do, now he's called Angry Bird because he's angry. And you've ever seen like a cartoon when people get angry, their eyebrows, see these things right here? Their eyebrows go down in the middle, right? If you see mom and dad and their eyebrows go down in the middle, you might want to get out of there. You probably did something wrong, right? Eyebrows going to go down. He's Angry Bird. So right over about halfway up my circle, over to the right-hand side, so right over on this side of my paper, I'm going to draw my angry eyebrows. They're going to go right from the side of the paper, the side of the circle, not the paper, the side of the circle, and I'm going to go down a little bit, and then I'm going to go up. And when you finish that eyebrow, you're going to be a little bit more than halfway across your circle. Down, up, kind of like an arrow, sort of. Now I'm going to do another one of those lines underneath it, because he has big, thick eyebrows. So I'm going to go down again, and then I'm going to go up again. And over here, I'm just going to put a line right there, close it off. Angry Bird. Down, up. Nice and thick line. Okay. Now we're going to do Mr. Angry Bird's beak. And what we're going to do is right here at the point of our arrow, draw a short little line straight down. His beak is very easy. It's just simply two triangles. We have lots of shapes. Anything you draw, whether it's an elephant or an angry bird, anything, you can break it down into shapes. An angry bird has a lot of simple shapes. A circle, two rectangles connected. Now I'm going to do two triangles. And then for his little hair on top, his feathers, I'm going to do two ovals. His tail is going to be more little rectangles. You put all those shapes together, you've got a really cool drawing. So right from this little line right here, I'm going to make a line that goes down. That's one side of my triangle. And you can go almost right to your circle, very close. And on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make the other side of my triangle that goes down on the other side. And then I'm going to simply connect those with another line. I'm going to curve that line just a little bit. It looks like a triangle or like a pyramid in Egypt. I'm just going to curve that line just a little. Now on the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing, except my triangle is going to be upside down. And it's not going to be as big, just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go over to this corner of my triangle. And I'm going to go down and stop right there. Now, my next line is not going to go all the way to this corner. I'm going to go just a little bit in. This one goes to the corner. This one is not going to go to the corner. So this one I'm going to go up and stop it right about there. So you can see that this triangle is bigger. The one on the bottom is a little bit smaller. That's because usually birds, their top beak is larger and their bottom beak is a little smaller. So angry bird is a bird. So we're going to have that top beak a little bit bigger, the bottom beak a little bit smaller. Okay? Our eyes are actually quite simple. I'm just going to connect, I'm going to make sort of a circle, but not the whole circle. So I'm going to go from his eyebrow to his beak. So right over here, I'm going to make a curved line that goes from his eyebrow to his beak. So you can see it's like I made half of a circle. I'm going to hop over and do the same thing on this side. The one on this side can be a little bit bigger. So see, it goes from the eyebrow, circle, touch the beak. Now, we need to make pupils, so they're going to be a circle in there and a circle in there. Okay? And he also, we can see part of Angry Bird's chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a big curved line. We're not going to draw over our beak. We're going to go behind it. So right about in the middle of the bottom beak, I'm just going to make a little line right there. And then I'm going to come around over to this side. So you can see it kind of, it's like a big, that's like his chest or his belly. And then right on top of his head, he has two big oval feathers sticking up. So the first one, it's kind of like a big oval, but it's attached to his head on one side, so we can't see the other side of the oval here. Just up, around, and down. Kind of like a circle that you stretch out. That's what an oval is. And I'm going to do another one right over here, except this one's not sticking up. This one's kind of laying down, this feather. So I'm going to start right about in the middle of this feather. And I'm just going to go out and around and then touch. So this one starts at the feather and finishes at the circle of your Angry Bird. So that one's sticking up a little bit. That one's a little bit sideways. And then right over here on the side of him is his tail. Very, very simple. It's a rectangle sticking straight out. It's a smaller rectangle sticking up. And it's a small rectangle sticking down. Like I said, this is all shapes. Rectangle, circle, circle, triangle, triangle, oval, circle, oval, oval, rectangles. Simple stuff, man. Simple stuff. Now, when you want to color in your Angry Bird, we have some parts that are going to be black. His pupils, the little circles are black. His eyebrows, you're going to do a much better coloring job than I'm going to do. I don't want to waste too much time coloring it in. Eyebrows, black. And his tail, those three triangles, they're not triangles. Those three rectangles, are black. And for the rest of his colors, you can see right here, here he is, right? The top of his body and his feathers are red, and his beak is yellow. It looks like the bottom part of his beak is a darker yellow. You can do it darker yellow. Maybe you have colored pencils where you have lots of different shades of yellows, or you can just make both top and bottom yellow. That's fine. And then the chest color is kind of like a very, very light tan color. It's kind of like brown, but it really, really, really light. Or maybe you have like something that we call an off-white. It's not really white, it's just a little bit darker. See that? Okay. And that's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. When you are done, make sure you send them to me because I want to definitely give you some feedback. So I want to be able to get back to you guys. I'm sure your drawings are going to look very, very cool. M. Del Pazzo at GermantownCSD.org. So make sure when you're done and you color them in, you email it to me, and I promise I will get back to you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you again soon in my basement. Stay safe. Have fun. See you later.